This is the weekly blueprint. When you think about all the things that you want to accomplish on a weekly basis, they sort of fall into one of two categories. There's the working in the business, the stuff that you just need to do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. Those should be covered by your DWM list. Whether it's reviewing timesheets, processing payroll, getting the accounts receivable done, downloading bank statements, those are all things that we just want to set aside on our DWM and make sure that we're checking those off on a regular basis. The weekly blueprint is built for that part of our work where we're actually working on the business, where we're elevating the business, creating the systems, coming up with something new. It could be the big one-off project. Like with my retrofitting company, let's figure out how to do a webinar so that we can have an evergreen webinar that's always available on our website. Those kinds of things would go on to the weekly blueprint. So you'll notice this is broken up into three major categories: goals, daily big three, I'll explain what that is in a minute, and then the end of week review. The goals, the 90-day comes from your 90-day plan. What are those things that you want to accomplish over the next 90 days? And then ideally, you've taken that 90-day goal and you've chunked it up into a 30-day goal and then further broken it up into a weekly goal. How much of that of that bigger goal do you actually want to accomplish this week? The daily big three is taking that weekly goal. What are those steps that we want to do each and every day so that at the end of the week, we will have accomplished our weekly goal? My kids right now, they're in middle school, and I think of the daily big three as my weekly goal is, I know I've got to get my report out at the end of the week, and so my daily big three are: Monday, I'm going to research the topic. Tuesday, I'm actually going to come out with an outline. Wednesday, I'm going to flesh out my rough paper to see what areas I'm missing, what flows, what doesn't. Thursday, I'm going to finalize that, actually give it to somebody for review. And then Friday, I'll be able to fine tune it or edit it. That's how the daily big three can be used. And then at the end of the week, I'm a big believer in coming together with the team and celebrating successes. What are the wins that we've accomplished this week? We built the accounts receivable system. We documented how to process payroll. Yay! We're building our, in case of alien abduction, break glass folder. Lessons could be losses. I like to think of things more positively, so a lesson could be another word for a loss, like, man, it sucks to lose a client. But instead of just saying the loss, the fact, this happened, what are those things that we can actually learn from that? So for instance, a lesson for this video could be, Eric, go ahead and write a script out before you start recording the video. That way in editing, the editing team has less to do. That could be a great lesson. I am working on that. I just didn't do it on this particular sheet. And then the stucks. The stucks are, what are those things that I can't get my head around, or I'm not sure, do I go this direction or this direction? Go ahead, write down the stuck, and then we always like to come back and write down two options that we're thinking of. So it could be that one of the stucks is, I'm not sure whether to review timesheets on a daily basis and set aside a couple of minutes to do that, or to wait until the end of the week until everything's done, and that way I can block off the time and more efficient. I'm thinking of an office manager's kind of task, although maybe your virtual professional is helping you oversee your team members, and so that could be a stuck for them. So there's the stuck, and then the two options. Do it on a daily basis, do it on a weekly basis. This gives you something that you can talk about with your virtual professional and help them see the world through your eyes on how you would handle that stuff. And then the shout outs, we use this form for our big virtual professional team meeting where the shout out box is for everybody on the team. Who helped you this week? Who was that person that just went above and beyond and really embodied what it means to be a fab VP? Let's go ahead and give them a shout out, name and why they've gotten the shout out. And then next week's goals, it's just a head start for what do we want to accomplish next week. What's neat about this blueprint is even though it was created for virtual professionals, there may be certain bosses or key team members that really enjoy using this. I, for one, like just mapping out my big three. I'm a big believer I've got sticky notes everywhere in my office, and this is my really big sticky note where at the beginning of every day I can come in and I can just map out, here's the 3 big things that I want to accomplish, and that if I get it done, it's a win for me this day. For the virtual professionals, they're used to managing bigger projects, and so they should be able to, over time, they should be able to map out what they want to accomplish each day, especially when they get comfortable with how big that system is that they're trying to build or research that they're trying to do for you.